So, Assassin's Creed Rogue, we've been continuing with this playthrough on and off now for a good little while, to say the least. It's been a little while that we've been going through this, and we've definitely been taking our time with the America's trilogy in general. We're at 90%, we should be able to finish it off tonight. I'm just now remembering that part of that percentage probably includes the modern day hacking stuff. Crud. Why do I have to be remembering that that's a thing? Maybe I just won't. Oh, I was in this thing. Oh, I was in freaking this thing. Anyway, it's been a bit of a crazy week, honestly. It has been my life has been an interesting time, to say the least. I'll probably talk about it later this session. This may well be the final session of Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's what my plan is, at least, to have this be the final session of this game, I hope. I need to change out of this Viking stuff here is what I gotta do. I'm hoping that this can just be my final session, and then, you know, this game is done, because there's always a bazillion new games coming out that I need to be on top of and stuff, and oh my good gracious. 24 out of 33. Oh yeah, I should have been doing naval fleet stuff off camera, like I said that I potentially would. Well, it's fine. So we'll just go do like the craziest one, I suppose, and then only needs 50. We could probably, no, I don't have a frigate with 50. Well, we'll just send that, I guess. Yeah, I really should have been doing some of these stuff off camera. Is what I really should have been doing. Berserk grenade can't be crafted in the, yeah, I don't need to craft them right now. Let's see here, we gotta go back to where is it? Where is the thing? Here it is. Here it is. Now we're matching. Now we're matching. now we've got the look handled, to say the least. Now we've got the look handled. Neat and neat. Alrighty, well, let's go ahead and take the wheel here. So wasn't there something close to here that I needed to get still? No, this was this area over here. The area that I still needed to get was a corner in the other place. It was a corner over here, I believe, was like the one kind of main area that we were missing. Look how much is blue. Yeah, it was just a thing up here. So maybe we go ahead and set the anime fragment as the place to go. And then we'll go get that little corner and everything will be a-okay. Maybe we shall see. In some news, part of my cosplay broke. This strap here, it usually does like a little loopy thing across where it's like in the front. Yeah, he has like the kind of brown bits there that are like hanging off the belt that like go from one side to the other. That's what this was. And it like, I don't know how it happened, but it must have snapped off recently. So like, maybe I could find a way to like sew it back on. But is my ship bobbing? What's going on with the shadow there? But anyway, so I noticed how my cosplay, it's part of it got borked. So it's not the best of situations, but it is what it is, and it's an easy fix, I guess. It's not too big of a deal, I suppose. The bank is full. I guess I should have emptied that while I was in there. It's not like we have anything left to spend it on. We're basically done on the money front in this game. We've come very, very close to, wow, random voice crack there. Come very, very close to 100%ing this game here. We only have like a very little smidge left. Like our ship is about to be maxed out. The last blueprint must be over there somewhere. Is what it must be. And this must be the last Uncharted anime fragment over here. But yeah, hello, was it you who rang the bell of awakening? And it was indeed me. I hope that you're doing well today, Mortis. Boopity bop. There we go, 14 out of 14 Uncharted fragments of anime. So, now that we have all the anime wait, maybe we don't have all the anime fragments. There's probably some over there. I was about to say, having all the anime fragments, does that mean that we now know what, for whatever reason, I thought this was the thing that would bring me back to my ship. It was the thing for crossing the river. Whoops. Well, my ship's just gonna be out there, I guess. Gosh darn it. Yeah, there's probably some anime fragments here on Rushi. Oh, dang, I turned off my camera a little bit late there. There's probably some anime fragments here. And then maybe we'll finally get the answer of what the favorite anime of Shay the Weeb is, after all. Maybe we will finally get that answer. In some news of things going on over here, when it comes to university, I'm taking 4 classes right now. 2 are in person, 2 are online, except, oh crap, no. But yeah, You're good. There's some controversy with Elden Ring only having you get invaded if you're doing co-op. Phew, that sounds like a relief to me. Sounds a-okay with me. I'm very fine with that myself, I must say. Oh, there's a bazillion games to cover on the topic of games like I'm sure I'll get to that subject of the bazillion games that we're covering in a hot ticker. But right now, when it comes to university, it's like 2 of my classes have been in person, 2 have been online, except the 2 in person have also been online. Yeah, I guess that would make sense that the diehards wouldn't be that happy about that. But yeah, my 2 in-person classes have also had the option to be online for like those who aren't fully vaccinated yet or just feel more comfortable doing it online. Or if we needed to transition back to like fully online, then it wouldn't be such a major out of nowhere shift like it was at the beginning of 2020. What were we playing in the beginning of 2020? We were doing like probably around the time that happened was probably around Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is probably what was ongoing on the channel at the time. Or Revelations or something like that. One of those 2. Maybe really late AC2, but I doubt it. It was probably somewhere around Brotherhood / Revelations in the series that started happening. But anyway, the option has been essentially kept open for us to transition to full online if need be. I assume we got a new cheat because we've gotten all the viewpoints in the world and such. Must well be. Synchronize all viewpoints. There we have it. And the Alberta government here has put up some new restrictions because they started like really taking away like basically all the restrictions essentially. And we're like, yep, you can basically go back to normal. But basically, and then the cases started going up and the Alberta government was like, oh no. And now, and now they're like, okay, we made a mistake. Go back to like full lockdown mode. So now the Alberta government is in panic and is like shutting things down. And we don't really know what the state of things for my university are gonna be like. How the heck do I have to climb a different tree to get over there? Hold on. Well, I'm just gonna drop down here is what I'm gonna do. Do I need to swing like across? I have to be up on this rock here, which means that I climb up this. Oh, which means that I do go across the trees, I believe. So tomorrow, for example, my classes are off. They're gonna be like online essentially. So like it's good that, you know, we were ready to transition to online if need be, I suppose. Because yeah, my class will be online tomorrow, but it seems like they'll be resuming next week. If it'll stay that way in person, we'll see. I kind of doubt it, but we'll see what happens, I guess. Collect all 200 all anime fragments. So now we get Shay's favorite anime, The Prophecy of Juno. Oh, I missed a whole bunch of ones. Return to me here when you can, say for you will find me within the cracks of simulation. So avail yourself by ageless knowledge. Your future begins with me. Oh, there's a video.
In Helix has gifted you my eternal presence. The machine-human interface blurs to gray, little by little. With every
this would matter if this plotline wasn't abandoned
world has suffered from a lack
later on in the series.
My consciousness. I am that which guides you, my soft.
Is this just like all the things that we've read up to this point, except it's with voice now? I don't know if it's the same. I don't remember them. They weren't memorable enough.
And help it grow ever more intricate. Individually, you make but an infinitesimal contribution to my greatness.
Oh, that reminds me about something that really pissed me off a couple days ago.
Roles as my instruments. You believe that human beings created human civilization. You have captured yourselves in the cage of your own doomed culture. So embedded are you in your assumptions that you do not see me.
Sounds like a strange thing for
I will help you
something to remind me of, but I guess I was planning on potentially telling the story during the stream anyway, because like streams are like, you know, a kind of form of journal entries for me as well. Like I don't keep a diary or journal or anything like that, but you know, I talk about my life during these series, so when I go back to them in the future, I could be like, oh, this is what was going on in my life and my thoughts at the time and stuff like that. It's like a weird journal for me, so I was planning on telling the story of what pissed me off a couple days ago. Later on this stream anyway, I wasn't planning on doing it from the get-go. But freaking Juno, the abandoned plot line of Assassin's Creed, just reminded me. In a weird way. Okay, your favorite anime is garbage, Shay. I don't know what to tell you. That kind of sucked. I'll be honest. But what do I know? We all have our own taste. Look, there's a final blueprint that we have to over there to get. I probably can't climb up this anyway. But yeah, so things have been. Can I get up there from here anyway? No, I do have to go around. Things have been a little bit crazy here lately. Like I've talked about how, you know, very recently it was close death of a family member and such that's been weighing me down a little bit lately. Well, it was a couple days ago that there was the actual proper funeral that we had, and it was like my first time being to one that was part of a close family kind of thing. Like I'd been to one or two before, but typically people I didn't actually know but were like family friends or something like that who I wasn't as familiar with. So this is like my first time experiencing something like that. And you know, having not really done that kind of thing before, I guess I wasn't 100% certain what to expect. How the heck do I get up there? Because I wasn't completely certain what to expect. My hope going there was that it'd be, as they call it, like a celebration of life kind of thing. A bunch of people coming together and talking about, you know, their memories with the person who's passed, which in this case was my Opa, my grandpa, who I'd always talk about, you know, going and visiting with my Dougie. She'd always love visiting my Oma and Opa. Now, just one of them, but I was kind of hoping that it'd be like a coming together, kind of talking about, you know, fond memories and people reminiscing and, you know, honoring the memory of somebody who passed. But, it was a very, very religious, proceeding. And would it be faster if I went to the, if I fast traveled to the synchronization point? Like, no, I would just drop down again anyway. No, I think I do gotta loop around and do something weird or something like that. I probably gotta bring it around town. Or wait, I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. I'm getting a little bit lost. But yeah, whoops. I myself am not a particularly religious person. I'm kind of the mindset, though, where it's like, believe whatever you want to believe, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others, though. As long as you're not hurting yourself or others, be whatever, essentially. Be whatever the heck. But I wasn't 100% certain what to expect from these proceedings. It was a very, very Catholic proceeding kind of thing-mer-bob. And I'd never been to something like that before. And without really knowing what to expect, again, I was kind of hoping that it'd be, you know, talk about him and memories and all that kind of stuff. When I got there and, you know, the proceedings were happening, it was probably about 70% praise God, praise Jeebus, and probably about 20%, oh my goodness, isn't it so great that now that he's passed, he can go be like some small part of their greatness, and then like the last 10% actually talking about him in like really generic ways without like any specifics. So I was kind of really pissed off, essentially, that you know, how do I get up there, I wonder? That, you know, it literally just felt, oh, it's probably through this way or something like that. It kind of felt like a religious congregation where it's like, oh, by the way, somebody passed recently, is kind of the impression that I got. I should go to a funeral talking about the wrong person. That's how I felt. That's how I felt there. I wasn't super happy about that. Like, I know that like both my grandparents there, that's the religion they follow, and you know, that's, you know, what they wanted there. But oh my goodness, I've never felt so out of place. Is this their final cave painting? No, there's still one more. What one did I miss then? What? How have I missed one? We've explored around the whole world. This was like the final area, unless like a final one unlocked or something like that. But like after the proceedings, I literally had to just step out and just like find a tree outside to just like rest against and just be pissed off. Can I punch this guy? Falcon! Punch! We kind of bounced off that barrel. Oh man, but I don't know where I'm going through here. Yeah, powder kegs. I know they explode. Want to see it? Kaboom! Man. But yeah, so in this, when Juno was talking about, like, oh, you are just such a small part of my greatness, it reminded me of that from a couple days ago. From hearing the proceedings, and it's like, oh, isn't it so great that he can now be like some small part of the greatness of these other unrelated figures? And so that's where that's how Juno kind of reminded me of that in Assassin's Creed just now. But like, I guess it's what made the other people that were there happy, I suppose. And again, it's, you know, what was wanted by the family there. So it's like, I'll bite my tongue and, you know, let them be. If that's the proceedings that made them happy, then fine, whatever, I guess. But it was kind of difficult for me just because, you know, this is a figure that I really looked up to, and I was hoping to have like a proper closure, proper send off, and, you know, honor him and stuff like that. Whereas it felt like I came to a proceeding to honor these completely different figures, and that's not what I wanted to come there to do. Where am I going right now? Maybe I bring it around town and go this way. Apparently there was, I heard after the fact that apparently there was originally planned to be a more celebration of life kind of proceeding afterwards, like with a whole dinner situation going on. But apparently it had to get canceled because of COVID and all these like restrictions coming back in after the Alberta government started easing up on everything. Then was like, cases are going up? How did that happen? And freaking started putting down a bazillion restrictions again. So it seems like there is planned to be something at some point, which is good to hear, like celebration of life wise. So I'll look forward to that day, I suppose. But yeah, I was not exactly super impressed about the actual proceedings there themselves. Like, there were some particular lines that had really gotten to me during the proceedings. Like I think one line that really stood out to me during that, for example, was how about we thank God for the gifts that he gave this man during his life? And I just sat there thinking, like, how about we thank him for the gifts that he gave us during his life, and, you know, the gifts that we were able to share with him and stuff like that, instead of focusing on a completely unrelated figure. But that was my hot take. Is this a path that leads to somewhere? Should I be taking this first before I drop down and, you know, there's no way coming back up again unless I went all the way around? Maybe I'll do that just to be safe. Oh, there is another painting and it's here. Okay, so that makes sense. I was so confused because it's like we've explored everywhere there. But yeah, so past couple days I've been spending with family after that. Like, where is this thing though? Is it another cave? Is it like lower down? It is lower down. It's way lower down. I don't know how to get down there. But yeah, I've been spending the past couple days with family and such, spending a decent bit of time over at my grandparents' place. Why am I turning off my camera for this? This isn't freaking cutscene worthy or thumbnail worthy. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. So definitely been spending some time over. Oh no, that one could work. That one could definitely work there. But does it work with anything here? It doesn't look like it does, meaning it's not going to be the one here. Which means that must also not be the bottom one in question. But yeah, so been spending a lot of time over there lately, and I'm making sure that everything is okay, or as well as they can be, at least, I suppose. What lines up with this? Like, I know that things are a bit difficult in the family right now. Aha! And that's part of the reason why I've been wanting to start something like Minecraft soonish on the channel, something to do with my little cousins who, as I've mentioned during previous streams of this, have already had to deal with enough crap growing up. So it'd be nice to have something to do together and such, because I know that they really look up to me. When I first got to the the place where the event was being held when they first saw me. And oh, look, we got all the native pillar things, so we can go do that at some point later, is what we can do. 7 out of 7. Was it really just 7? It felt like more than that. When they first saw me there, they see me in like my kind of fancy getup and such, and are looking up at me. They're like, "How are you so tall?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of happened. I don't know these things." I assume now I can drop. Oh, this is probably the way that leads to the painting, I hope. Yeah, it indeedly do is. We did have dinner over at my grandparents' place after the fact, with like a small family gathering kind of thing. And typically during family gatherings, I'll bring my Switch over and play games with my little cousins, and that's what I did a couple days ago as well. And I feel like it was a good way to help take my mind off things with stuff going on lately. We'll read that full story in right now, maybe, because we have all the freaking paintings now. So we played a little bit of Smash. The older of my little cousins said that he was like practicing with a little bit of Pyramithra, and I was showing him some spicy Pyramithra things. He was like, "Whoa!" That's so cool. And we played a little bit of WarioWare. We played some Mario Golf. We played a couple different things. I don't know if it was during Assassin's Creed or some other game. It might have been during Assassin's Creed, how I was talking about how I was showing him how to like get his footing in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, because that was my first Pokemon game, like the original, not the remake that is, but that's a remake of the first Pokemon game that I played. So I'd gotten it for him as a gift a while back, last Christmas actually, and I thought that'd be like a cool way to kind of pass my childhood along. Apparently he hadn't had like a lot of time into it, but you know, was intrigued by it. So the last time that I was like over at their place, I was showing him it. But I didn't have my Switch there since we weren't, since I wasn't planning on staying long, so I couldn't show him like my save file and stuff. But a couple days ago with my Switch there that I brought, I was able to show him my save file. And thanks to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX is one of the recently opened games for that reason. And I was like showing him my team, my Smeargle, my Heracross, my Glaceon and Mew, all my freaking go-tos and stuff like that. And he was impressed by that, even though I had to explain like how crazy each move was. But it was still it was still that. Since Satis enjoys sending virtual hugs, I appreciate it, Mortis. I appreciate that. I always worry about like talking about stuff like this on stream, and you know, people being under the impression of like, oh, he just wants sympathy and that's why he's saying it. It's more so just like, this is just my way of like getting my thoughts straight and stuff like that. Because again, my streams are kind of like weird journal entries. I don't have a diary or a journal or anything like that. But I have my channel where I do playthroughs and I talk about stuff in my life, so that, you know, if I or anyone else is looking back at this later down the fact, it's like, whoa, that's what was going on in his life during that time. And it's a weird way of documenting things, I guess, and getting my thoughts straight. Also, let's see the story that's going on here. There's a loose hair on my face. It's the legend of the Sky Woman. In the first days of the world, the earth was covered with water. There was no light in the sky, neither sun at day, nor stars or moon at night. Under the surface lived the water animals. Loon, kingfisher, otter, muskrat. They all lived in darkness. In the sky, the great spirit sat beneath the branches of a glowing apple tree with roots that sank into the clouds. One day, the great spirit called to his daughter, the Sky Woman. He pulled up the tree so she could look down to the earth. How can they live in such darkness and chaos? Asked the Sky Woman. That's how I felt the past 2 years through COVID. The Great Spirit replied, if you desire, you can bring them light and order. The Great Spirit gathered up the Sky Woman in his hands and gently lowered her down. When he let go, she began to fall slowly towards Earth. Hey, that's like the opening of this game right here. Anyway, water animals lifted their heads and looked up in wonder at the glowing woman in the sky. What will happen when she reaches the water? They asked one another. Well, if you hit it like pretty flat on, death. If you do more of a pencil dive, you'll probably be fine, but you've got some swimming upward to do with how deep you'd go from there. All the animals dove as deep as they could find land. None of them could hold their breath long enough until finally Muskrat brought up a little bit of earth on his paws. No, it's safer to hit water than land. Don't do that. A great turtle arrived. The Muskrat put the earth on his back. Turtle grew and the earth multiplied until they became a great island, which men now call North America. From beneath the water, the swans flew up to meet the Sky Woman. They caught her and carefully set her down upon the new... Okay, that makes more sense now. Let's go and thank the animals. Now I can give this land spirit, she said. She then gave birth to twin sons. Son who was born first was born laughing, and was called the good spirit. Son who was born second caused the sky woman so much pain that she died. He was called the evil spirit. Good spirit grieved for his mother, but he took her eyes and raised them to the sky, so one could become the sun and the other the moon. Her tears became the stars, that way the world would no longer be in darkness. Good spirit buried what was left of his mother under the earth to nourish the soil. All the trees and plants would grow out of her. Meanwhile, while the good spirit worked in the light, the evil spirit did mischief in the shadows. The evil spirit crossed the land, moving from shadow to shadow. I will ruin everything my brother has made, he said. And so when the good spirit made strong trees and swift deer, the evil spirit made poisonous berries and stinging insects. But those are just as required things in the world. Finally, the good spirit took red clay from the earth and made humans, taught humans how to speak and live together. The jealous evil spirit made himself servants out of sea foam. Good spirit saw that his creations heeded his words and were capable of wisdom. He wished that they might live forever and in harmony. The good spirit saw the mischief that his brother did and knew that even his help would not be enough. He told his brother to stop making trouble, but the evil spirit refused. No, keep on that. It's needed in the world. The stuff that was described there. Knowing that his brother would respect only violence, the good spirit reluctantly challenged the evil spirit to combat. The winner would rule the world. The good spirit and his people united and triumphed over the evil spirit. He banished his brother to a cave beneath the earth. On the surface, though, some of the evil spirit's servants still wandered from shadow to shadow. Their influence causes men to do evil things. This is why there is still evil in the world. But people can also cast out this evil and find the good spirit within. All people choose the path they follow. Well, there's our... I find stories like that can be fascinating, but... You know, I kind of look at them in different ways. Like, hey, the things that were described there is like what gives balance to the world at the same time, you know? Hello, Hawks. How did your stream go? I saw that you were streaming some Tales of Arise earlier. And going through a whole bunch of freaking scenes in a row at the campfire. For some reason, I was doing university stuff on the side, so I couldn't give it 100%. But I saw you were going through a bazillion dialogue things, and then a raid came in, and like nerds started doing stuff, and it was how do I get over there? Do I just go like all the way around? This is the last blueprint, and it's also the last like main item thing. Should I just teleport over to the no, maybe I can. Whoops, dang it, what am I doing? How did I get here? Oh, I can hit the bumpers to change the... Oh. Weird. Wonder if I can just go around this way. It's gotta be, like, something over here, right? This was the way to the anime fragment, I think. Huh? I'm confusion. I am confusion. It's like up there, and I see trees over there, so there's gotta be like some other main way up there that I'm missing, right? No, I can't climb that tree. How would I get over there, though? Like, if I can't climb that... I am confusion. I am decently confusion here. So how did I get back down here? Do I need to go all the way around again? Or is it actually something like just go in the water and swim around or something like that? Because it looks like... No, it couldn't be because this is a closed off lake. So I'm confused. When grinding off stream, you came across 2 new skits by accident. Well, I forgot what they were, so you went through all the skits. You had to get them recorded. Gotcha. Just making like extra sure in that case that they're on there. So that's the reasoning for that. Gotcha. This area is still restricted, even though all the bad dudes here are knocked out after I Falcon punch them. But yeah, so family stuff going on recently. Been spending time with family, as I was saying before. A whole bunch of crazy stuff here happened. Oh crap. It seems like my little cousins are intrigued about the idea of starting a Minecraft thing, and because they also asked me about it when I most recently saw them, like, oh, are you still planning to do that Minecraft server thing? I was like, yeah, I'm still planning to do it. I'll throw it together at some point here and see what happens. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. But yeah, I've been working on that a decent bit here and there, on still like storyboarding things for that and freaking getting ideas straight in my head and like what projects I'm gonna work on after when it comes to like Minecraft stuff for future things on the channel, to kind of transition into that topic next. I've been messing around a little bit where it's like sometimes, like, I don't often play games off stream. It's usually just when I'm like grinding in something, or how the heck do I get over there? It's either when I'm grinding in something or, you know, just exploring around in something, or like preparing for something, testing things out. So I dropped down too much before? Or like I went across, but I need to drop down to here and go across? Or maybe, how long has this been going on now? I've been streaming for about half an hour now. So maybe this part will be wrapped up after we finalize the stuff on this island, and when I cut this up into parts later, it'll be getting the other misc stuff that the next part starts? Maybe? Something like that. So maybe I should save like this, maybe I should save explaining this whole thing for a little bit, because I'll be rambling about it for a little while, and I don't want to be cut off like mid-part for that. That's not a good idea. I'll talk about it in a hot second. Let's go upgrade our ship. Get the Morrigan all maxed out, the not Jackdaw is what we shall do. But yeah, I've been planning things when it comes to that. Is there anything else that I have to say about like the story I was wrapping up, I guess, when it comes to playing games with my cousins there? We had a good time playing games a couple days ago. Seems like they're looking forward to Minecraft being started on this channel. I don't know how often they watch my videos, but I know that they do here and there. Heck, they could even be watching this. Who knows? The older one told me that he sometimes has tuned into my streams. There's no way he'd be watching it right now. It's way too late in the night, but it is possible that one of these days I'd be talking about him and he'd be like, oh, that's me, while watching the thing. Or watch it after the fact. I don't know. But with him watching my videos, the younger one, I really inspired you with that, with the whole Minecraft thing. Got some cool Minecraft ideas as well. Nice. Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff you've been posting around in Discord there. Let's see here. No, gosh darn it, whale. But again, I don't know how often they watch my videos, but I know that they do it from time to time. And the younger one, I don't know if I told this during the last Assassin's Creed stream or not, because this wasn't the most recent meeting that it happened, but like a week or something ago, where the younger one had told me that apparently she showed her friends like one of my Among Us videos, and I only have like 2 Among Us videos. Oh, I forgot to turn on the Doogie Cam. I just realized after hearing her. I forgot to turn it back on again after reading this stuff. Hi, silly Doogie. You're tired, aren't you? Apparently she was laughing at like one of my videos. Well, like it must have been my earlier Among Us video, like the one that had a bunch of editing put into it. And apparently she showed her friends it, and they enjoyed it too, and apparently subscribed to me. So that was a thing that was interesting to hear about. Get off the cannons, Shay. My goodness. So there was that. I suppose. There we go. There's the Doogie Cam there, I suppose. So yeah, that was interesting to hear about. So I'm sure when I start doing my Minecraft series, that's something that they'll be tuning into as well. Something that they're already looking forward to for me telling them about it. Yoink! The thing isn't done yet, is it? It's still got a little ways to go. But I guess yeah, it's still got a... Oh yeah, it's got a ways to go. Yeah. But yeah, nice to hear that you got some good progress there though, Hawks. But yeah, wrapping up the wait, because it's yesterday 7 a.m. once again 7 a.m. for you. 24 hours. Well, hello Enzo. So I was debating about potentially doing a 24-hour stream in about maybe a month and a half from now, because like extra life stuff is coming up, so I might do that. I need to figure out what my plans are for it though. Is what I would need to do. But I guess before we get too sidetracked with other oh, I'm missing a little bit of metal. Oh, what the heck? What the hell? Let's go get a little bit of metal, and this will still constitute being like part of the same part. Screw it. My goodness gracious. Best we need about like 40-ish. Gosh darn you, game. Best place to get that is probably somewhere around here. It's probably what it is. But yeah, I guess wrapping up the story of, like, you know, the past week and, like, the funeral and proceedings and stuff like that. I guess my final note that I have to say about that is, oh, there's a convoy here. That'll have the medal that I need. Is that when I was all dressed up for the whole thingamabob, I'm the kind of person that's always most comfortable wearing a scarf. Like, it's just become, like, part of my standard, like, look and feel nowadays, essentially. So even though, like, the rest of my getup was fancy, I still wore a scarf. And I was worried that it might not be, like, acceptable dress code or something like that. But it seemed like it was just fine. And I even had, like, I even wore my gray scarf, so it was more matching with, like, my kind of blue jacket and other stuff that I was wearing there. So it kind of worked color scheme-wise as well. But, whoa. Stop! After the proceedings, my Oma, when I was talking with her a little bit and she was complimenting, you know, the way that I looked, yeah, with the scarfed assassin today. When we were talking about that, I was mentioning what my worries that, like, oh, maybe the scarf would be too out of place or something like that. And she had told me that my Oppa had a few scarves that he didn't really use too often, but he had a few around, and that, what the hell? Why are you attacking me now? But she was telling me, like, hey, I'll dig up those scarves and then you can have them. They're yours. And I said that I'd greatly appreciate that, you know, that'd be something really meaningful there. So, you know, up until this point on stream, I've had 2 scarves. There's the one that's here, that's like the orangish one. There's the gray one that I don't wear as much, but I do here and there. And now I have a 3rd one that I'm wearing today. That's more of a memento kind of thing. That's what that is. And maybe I'll try to make more of an effort in the future to alternate between my 3 different scarves instead of doing the weird system where I'm wearing like the exact same one every day, like I usually do with that orange one, for example. Is what I might try to do. So I guess that's kind of wrapping up the story of the past couple days. Well, I don't think I'm shooting anybody else from there. I don't think so. Okay, get down from there, Edward. Get down from there. So I wouldn't normally wear a scarf with you want to go down with this cosplay, since it's not really part of the cosplay, but today is the exception to that. All right, let's get this medal. Maybe I'll just run away from that man of war because I kind of don't want to bother. Is what I might well do. But yeah, it is a very nice scarf though. It seemingly probably wasn't really used a whole lot, considering it still had like a kind of stickery bit on the end that says that it's apparently made in Germany. Sure, salvage it, whatever. So it must have been from like Germany travels. I was told that this was apparently something that my mum bought for my Oppa as a gift. Apparently. She doesn't remember it though, so it must have been a while back. And considering the sticker that was on, it must have been in Germany. Is where it must have happened. So that's interesting. That's interesting there. Okay, I'm just out of here. I'm just getting the hell out of here. Also, I'm just gonna like mortar that brig over there, because it's just gonna keep on coming after us. And the mortar will just one-shot it because the mortar is freaking insane. Is the case. Scarves are nice. Like I can't go out and about without my scarf unless it's like actually so insanely blistering hot that I pass out by wearing it. And also this I might not wear it for this full stream for that kind of reason, because, you know, I'm wearing a shirt, I'm wearing basically a hoodie with this outfit, and then I'm wearing like this brown layer on top of it, and then this scarf on top of that in addition to my hella long hair. So like I've got layers like ogres and onions. So I might not be able to do it for the whole stream. Maybe not, but there's the story of that essentially. Once again, we're looking at quite a nice iceberg. Wasn't it around this area that we looked at the last quite nice iceberg? I think it was. Okay. So now we should be able to max out the ship and it'll be incredible. Look at this. All right, let's see here. Morgan upgrades. So, aha. We now have more than enough metal. We got enough metal from that one thingamabob. From that one convoy alone before. Yeah, we're set. I'm always set for winter. That's what happens when you live in Canada. You always have to be ready for winter, essentially. But, Tired doogie. All right, look at this.